We all know how it is for someone from sub-Saharan Africa to travel to these European countries, okay? All the stress, the invitation letters, your bank accounts, the letters you need to sign, all those things that Africans go through just to travel to these European countries. Well, recently, Africans are saying that they are done, okay? Guess what is happening in Namibia right now? See this. Okay, so I found this on X. It was shared by someone who actually it's a message from BBC News. So he says, from April next year, Canadian, German, US, UK, and 29 other countries will require a visa to enter Namibia. These include all non-reciprocating countries. In other words, if you make Namibians pay for visa, you will pay for theirs. Now, are you guys actually feeling the energy that Namibians are pulling in Africa? They are just saying simple terms here. If you are paying for visas to enter your country, you are also paying for visas entering our country too. Africa, are you guys ready? Because it's actually time for Africa liberation, people. It's Africa time. Yo, Namibia, big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to Namibians right now. Big shout out to you guys. Alright, so before I continue with this, okay, when Mandem shared this post, Africans started to share their concerns. But this one says, they should apply for 8 months beforehand and have to submit a multitude of documents to prove they have genuine intention of returning to their home countries and be subjected to other humiliating forms of interviews too. Okay, so this one is saying that if they are also saying that they should also face exactly how Africans are facing. Well, when this person shared this, someone also commented to him or her and says that then after going through all that, visa should be denied. And this one also says that, and funds not returned. Yo, all these comments should tell you that how Africans have been stressed by these European countries or these Westerners, okay? They are saying that they should also be asked to bring multiple of papers and also be delayed all the times too. And there's someone also saying that they should, after all the stress, they should be denied with the visas. And this one says that it should not be refundable. Nah. All these Africans are talking about what we actually face when we want to travel outside our countries to these European countries. They actually don't really care much about us, people. But Africans seems that we are back on our feet. Okay, now let's continue with the story more about this. Okay, so when Mandem shared this, I decided to click on the BBC link that he shared because actually he talked with facts. Okay, so I decided to click on the BBC link that he shared to actually know what's up with BBC. Okay, so it says Namibia turns the visa tables on Western nations. So it's by Priya Sipi, BBC News. Okay, it says from next April, Canadian nationals, along with those from Germany, the US, the UK, and 29 other countries, will require a visa for entry. These include all non-reciprocating countries, meaning the new visa rules will affect citizens from all countries that require Namibian passport holders to have visas. Wow, actually, Namibians mean business. Again, Namibia has extended gestures of goodwill and favorable treatment to nationals of various countries. However, despite these efforts, certain nations have not reciprocated, Namibia's immigration ministry said in May. Okay, so in light of this disparity, the government has deemed it necessary to implement a visa requirement to ensure parity and fairness in diplomatic interactions. Well, that's it, okay? It says that Namibians just didn't wake up one day and decided to do this, okay? They are saying that they have been doing it fairly for other countries, that they are being kind and being fair with them, but they are not reciprocating these energies. So now the Namibians are saying that what is good for cats is also good for the dog, okay? If you guys are not doing it, well, hell no. We are done being the good guys here. We are also giving a bit of your own medicines too. So they are saying now that if you also want to enter Namibia, you need to be paying or follow all the due processes that you put them through, also in Namibia too. Well, I think it's nice. I think it's so nice. I just hope that one day all African countries will also do this, okay? Some Europeans come to visit us, see the beautiful of Africa, the animal kingdom. They come visit all of exciting places in Africa. We can actually hold the power to go against or toe to toe with them also. One will say that what Namibia lose in this? Well, one thing you should know that Namibians don't actually travel, so it will not actually have a big impact on them like that. So kudos to the Nigerian government for this, okay? Well, when this was shared, let's see how some of our African brothers think about this. Let's go. Okay, so this one says, imagine if this was Africa-wide decision taken at the AU, because one small African country on the balance of probabilities will be the loser. Well, this one is saying that one small country from the other side will be the loser, because one against all these Western countries cannot actually hold. A man made reference that we're hoping that the whole Africans will submit this to the UN, the AU, African Union, to do this. But brother, I don't know much or how much you know, but the AU in this question is no thing. The AU is actually non-functionable piece of something that we have in Africa. I don't know what they are used of in Africa. They actually do nothing for us, okay? Actually nothing for us. So saying the AU, bro, you have made the steps. Let's actually start thinking about ourselves than the AU. They have nothing for us, bro. Nothing. Well, again, this one also says, I advocate all other African countries to replicate as the Namibians does. Also, the foreigners to produce evidence of knowing our language same way they do with us with English tests. This one is petty here. Bro is saying that he agrees with this, and he wants all African countries to also replicate this. But he's also saying that they should also be deemed to know our languages before entering Africa. How are you telling me to let a person from UK to know Yoruba before coming to Nigeria, or Igbo, or someone coming to Ghana to know Fanti or Chi or Ghana before coming to Ghana? Bro, this is too petty. This is so petty. But I agree with him though. It needs to be done, because as we are being forced to learn English, they also need to be forced to learn our local languages too. I agree with him on that one. Well, lastly, this one also says they need to submit 6-month bank statement with enough proof of funds and employment letter that predates the 6 months too. What's good for the goose is also good for the gender. Yep, Africans are sharing their experiences here. This one is saying that they also need to show proof of a 6-month bank statement before they can actually be asked or can grant a visa to visit Africa. Well, I hope I'll wake up one day and Africa is actually doing this to the Westerns. I'll be so glad. Whoever I am, even if in my dead, I'll be laughing in my coffin. Damn, I want to see that happen. Okay, so this is what happened in Namibia right now, and Africans were jubilating for them, and hopefully other African countries can replicate that. So Namibians have stood up against the Westerns now and saying that they are also going to have a visa applications, serious visa applications in Namibian embassies too, if you want to grant a visa to Namibia. Pretty encouraging, right? Hopefully other African countries can do this. The name is Say, and this was African Time. See you guys around.